What's good in the hoodie? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here, bringing another video. Today I'm bringing you a video on the Powerpuff Girls 2016 episode 30 now. 30, yeah. Awesome. So this episode, I don't know what that was, is called The Secret Swapper of Doom. It's a pretty cool episode, and it does bring back a villain that we haven't seen in a while. She did show up, well, sort of. She like this character did show up early on when they had like all the villains show up from previous seasons, but this is the second episode for this character, and I'm so happy that they finally brought back another character other than Mojo and Morbucks, because I'm just like, they've done them too many times. This is one that I'm just like, yes, good, thumbs up. So anyway, this episode basically happens is that you start off with the professor going through some old things in his box of memories or whatever. He finds his old journal, he finds some old action figures, he finds all sorts of stuff that like brings back memories. Journal especially is something that is unique. What happens is that the girls are getting ready to go to school. The thing is that Buttercup has to still brush her teeth. Her teeth are gross. So what happens is she ends up borrowing Blossom's toothbrush, and it's like, oh, that's not nice or whatever. So then what happens is that then the girls go to school, but the thing is that Bubbles wants to learn about the professor's diary, but he's like, no, that's personal, that's private. And the thing is that, you know, there's all these secrets and people want to know different things and talk about different things or whatever. And the thing is that there's this fortune teller, and there's this guy that's holding the fortune teller. He says, like, if you tell the secrets, then you can find out all sorts of information about other things. So like, you ask a question, you can, like, if you tell the secret, then you can know a question for something. So what happens is that they end up using this a lot. They end up getting prizes, gifts, all sorts of things. We're doing all, you know, like, how many peanuts are in this jar, and there's like 4 million or something like that, and you're able to know that, and then you instantly get the prize. Like, that kind of stuff is attainable. Eventually they run out of secrets, so then at that point they're trying to figure out things, and the thing is that the professor drops his book or whatever, and at that point they end up doing something that's against privacy, and eventually what happens is that the story gets even more insane. Eventually, you know, the girls have already been telling all sorts of secrets. They're able to speak about each other. They've told all the secrets about one another as well as the professor. So there are so many secrets there that over time you're talking about a lot of stuff is going on, and this thing has attained so much. Eventually, what happens is that the story gets really wild, and eventually the fortune teller. Not the fortune teller, you know, like the fortune teller, like the paper one, the paper fortune teller. That's what I meant to say. Paper fortune teller. And I keep on doing that. Paper fortune teller ends up turning into a mouth, and then says like, secrets are fun, but secrets are more fun to share with people. So the thing is that at that point, to share with everyone, I'm going to say. So then what happens is that this fortune teller turns into basically like Godzilla, and starts going around the town and telling secrets about people, and getting stronger and stronger as it tells more and more secrets. And the thing is that eventually the professor comes into play, and the monster ends up telling every single one of the professor's secrets. So there's like really embarrassing stuff. At that point, you know, they're like, what can we do to stop this monster? And they really aren't sure what to do at that point. You know, they're coming up with all these ideas, and then at one point they end up realizing the only way we can stop it is if we tell our secrets before they are able to be said by the monster. So at that point, the monster ends up, they end up telling the secrets before the monster can, and the monster's like, hey, I was going to say that, or something along those lines. And eventually, you know, certain secrets are like, they're cheered upon, certain secrets are like, haha, or ooh, or, you know, like that kind of stuff, like, oh, I have a crush on so-and-so, or whatever. So then what happens is that eventually the monster gets so weak that eventually it just basically disappears. The girls then say sorry to the professor, and it's a sweet ending. But before I get to the very end, before that happens, before the episode ends, we then see that boy from before that gave him the paper fortune teller. Turns out that boy was actually a disguised form of him. Yeah, that's awesome. Believe me when I say this, that makes me so happy to know that we are getting him again, because him is a cool character, and it's great that him it was disguised, because, you know, that's very signature for the character. You know, usually him doesn't show up as it so it's especially interesting. I really love that. Yeah, so that's for the most part the episode. I really liked it. I liked the idea behind it, and it wasn't something that, sure, there wasn't really much fighting, but it was a good episode. Like, the concept was pretty much like, this is good stuff. This is not garbage. This is, they did things right. They didn't do a bad job. And obviously now at this point, 3/4 of the way into the season, obviously the next 10 episodes hopefully will be good, and then eventually we might get into a second season. If so, I'm curious as to how they'll do that. Obviously, to remember now, they're looking at this series now, and they've already done 30 episodes. If they do future seasons, hopefully they're going to take into consideration the response of the audience, and maybe they'll push a little bit more towards a little bit of violence. I mean, that's the problem. There's really no violence. There's none. Like, the show has smart plots, but barely any violence, barely any fighting. Like, that was what the show was based upon. And it's there, but it's very, very limited and scarce in comparison. I'd love to know your guys' opinions, of course, though. What did you guys think of this episode? What was your favorite part? And like, what things do you hope to see in future episodes of the show? Do you think this show will last 2 seasons? Obviously, I'm saying this now, and yet they've only released the first 30 of 40 episodes, so this episode's good, but as the season continues, hopefully it'll get even better and better. I mean, the later episodes so far have been pretty good, so I'm hoping that things just get progressively better as the rest of the show goes on for at least this season, and then hopefully this next season is just as good, if not better. We'll see. But that's about it for me. Please remember to check my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until you guys, I'm Crazy71 here, bringing it, and that's about it for me. So bye bye, guys.